Hello and good morning, everybody. This wonderful Final Fantasy Tuesday. I'm your Final Fantasy XIV liaison. I am Trainer276. Today, first we're going to put me on live screen. Hey, there I am. It's a morning, everybody. It is morning. Today, we're going to continue on Lil'Wolf. Last week, we beat the main story quest line for Shadowbringers for my wife. She's going to start gathering and getting all the goodies, and we'll take advantage of that. She'll help feed us materials to make things, so that'll be wonderful. Today continues our adventures in the storyline. Now, we've got a dungeon straight up first thing, but we're going to get some help. We've got the Striking Tree Hard, first things. It's a trial with Ramu. It's not the easiest. We're going to get some assistance from our free company. Tokiyashi Sanro is going to join us. Hopefully. We'll see. There he is. Ooh. Looks like he's on a gunbreaker. So that'll be wonderful. And we are going to go ahead and jump right in. Alright, we still got a 6 minute. Alright, now we just gotta wait for the timer to tick down. The waiting continues. It's a big guy. We don't want to mess with the big guy. See, where are we headed? I'm gonna just sit straight. So if we remember from last time, what we're doing is the Sylphs have summoned Ramu, and to prove that he's not needed, we gotta fight him. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be challenging Ramu. All right. Oh, the waiting game. Kind of surprised, being a tank, that it's taking this long. Alright. Goodbye potions. Let's open up our inventory real quick. We got some high elixirs. There we go. I'm gonna lock it back down. Ooh. There we go. It's somebody's birthday on the server. Had to wish them the happy birthdays. But I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you, at how long this thing is taking. This is the sads. So sad. Don't know. Don't know. Will we ever get it? Will there ever be time? My party member is telling me that he had an hour wait before. I certainly hope not. All right. So this week, I'm trying to push to complete the rest of the post game. Let's bring that up real quick. Let me switch monitors. You won't really actually see a change. You'll see a big change. Holy crap! No, not monitor 1. Why are you doing this? There we go. Okay, much better. I don't know why that switched. So we are here. We have all of this to go. I'm hoping some of it picks up, but I know there's going to be a lot of cutscenes. But my hope is by the end of the week, between today and Friday, we should get all of that done and get into Heavensward, is what I'm hoping to have done. Hoping. Time will tell. Of course, right now we're on the the Duty Finder countdown. Also, be aware, over the next week or so, I'm going to be making some changes. More specifically to things on the overlays and whatnot. I'm going to try to find some different ones that fit better into the aesthetic. Change my camera in the corner a little bit. I'm going to try to spruce things up a little bit. Do some quality of life on my stream deck. That'll help with things in the game. There's ways that instead of having this button over here to switch to my paladin, I can have it on my actual stream deck. It should be good. So we will see. Try to get that all set up. Make things a little bit easier. Now, one of the things is when we go in there, we will not be main tank. Tokiyoshi Sanro is going to do the main tanking. He's on his Gunbreaker. He's a level 80. I know he says that this one's easy, but not too sure for somebody who doesn't know the fight. Oh, somebody went live, other than me. But this is the unfortunate truth sometimes in Final Fantasy XIV. I know there's a lot going on right now. Endwalker is kicking off by the end of this year. I know a lot of people are in the end content. As you can see, I mean, there's 7 people on, but these 2 people are over 3 people are in Eureka in an instance. And we got 1 person AFK. We got Tokiyoshi, who is helping me, and we got Mariana over in the Goblet. Don't know what she's up to. Might be AFK though. Who knows? Looks like Tokiyoshi is leveling his rogue at the moment, level 8. What can we get into while we're waiting, though? I don't want to just be sitting here doing nothing. Well, let's see. We picked up all the quests. So, what we can do... These are all like little low level 5s and whatnot. So what we can try to do is we can switch over to something like, our Archer. See if we got any better gear. We do. Update the Archer. We can... start worrying about some of this. Let's put him in, well, he's in free stance. And we'll just get some experience on another character while we wait. Something like Tokiyoshi's doing. He's just running around, killing things, or maybe he's... I don't know, that's pretty much what he's doing. Probably doing little personal quests. There, we got straight shot. But it's a proc. There it goes, a proc. Morning, Nyx Kitten. How are you today? pleasure to see you here. Gotta give a wonderful shout out to Nick's Kitten. I did the wrong command. Wonderful person. Great individual. Highly recommend you go check him out. Ooh, last seen playing the Dungeons and the Dragons. Mocha, how are you today, buddy? Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, we finally got a healer. Appreciate the working and lurking. Hopefully your day at work goes well. I know after stream I've got to immediately prepare to go to work myself. Alright, what else do we have? Data entry too busy for metric. Yeah. Can understand that. North Shroud. Nope, we're not in North Shroud. We're over in Central. Water sprites. Appreciate the lurk. It's greatly appreciated. Again, hope you have a safe and productive day at work. Let's see. Water sprites are right down over here. Go on down. Let's unmount. Now, the one good thing about having this button right over here is I can switch back to Paladin as soon as my fight's over, if I absolutely need to. Let's throw you in healer stance. Hey, level 4. See, we got Raging Strikes, increases damage by 10%. Now, I will say, this is not the most productive layout. But I'm not too worried about it at the moment. Coco Regen. Coco BB. I still need another water sprite? I do. Wow. I'm a little shocked by this. So the reason I switched over to Archer instead of something else is I know that Archer starts in New Gridania. That being the case, I know that the beginning hunt logs are all in this area. So, with that in mind, I switched to something that starts here, because that's where all their hunt logs are. Might as well, right? One of the better ways to log, or to level, is to do your hunt logs. Alright. Gotta love ranged. We are 16 minutes into a 14-minute wait. Now look at that, we're already level 5. Let's see, how many more? We got the F's, Central, Central, Central. We don't need the Machus. think one of the things we need might be up in this way. Nope, those are just more Michus. No. I thought it said. That's North Shroud. That's North Shroud. North. Gnolls, Imps, Roslets. Oh, I know the Imps are this way. They're a little above us at the moment. Those are the Trickster Imps. Bad time to be there anyhow. Oh, I think the Gnolls are up here, actually. Are they? Nope. Where's the Gnolls? I don't know where they are. But why? This says green tier, but this is the Jade Thicket. See? Jade Thicket. So you would think they'd be over here in green tier. But I am not seeing the little buggers. There they are, but they're also level 9. We don't want to mess with them just yet. We can go over to North Shroud though, get some ground squirtles. Now North Shroud is all the way over there. It's actually pretty difficult to get to it from this way at this level. Some pretty high level things in the way there. So here's some level 33s. These things will, like, no, you know, pretty much instantly kill us. And where we want to go is over here at Tree Speak in Peace Garden. Those are the nice lower level areas. See? Level 3. Don't hit the tree. Don't want to mess with him. That's why we can hit things from a good distance away. There we go. There's level 6. Stop doing that. Thank you. ground squirrels. Well, we pulled a ladybug. So if you see those little yellow lines connecting two enemies, if you hit one, it's going to grab the other one. Alright. Grabbed another ground squirrel, that's great. Alright, I need to switch some things around real quick. Let's put you up here. I've already got you over there. Got you over there. Don't need you. Let's move you up there. Peloton can go up there. That's an AoE. Barrage. Move that around. Let's see. Triples the number of strikes for a single target. Okay. Let's move you over. Let's move you up there. Head graze there. So light graze affects, makes them slow, binds the target, prevents the target. Second wind can go up there. Bloodletting can go here. Quick knot can go there for now. There we go. Open up this. Need to head up to Peace Garden. Oh, there's one right there. Might be a little tricky. So I leg graze it to make it slow. That way I can stay away from it. And I believe that guy also helped out. Let's go ahead and give him a hand. But I want the Midge Swarm. He's probably a little bit of a higher level than me. He pulled a Midge Swarm. See, this is one of the problems. Our shots miss when we're too far under the level of the other enemy. Thankfully, our Kokobo can cast regen and helps cure us, and we're still waiting on our timer. I couldn't get to him in time. Alright. We're back to full life. We're going to continue with this. Poison them with our Venomous. Gives them Venom. Causes damage over time. that's the last one we need of those. Over here, nope, those are Opos. Oh, since we're right here, looks like we've never been here. We will eventually come out here, or actually, I think we should have already been out here, I think. Or we will later. That's our... Let's see. Yeah, Elegance of Poetics. Ironworks Gear Augmentation. They're level 120. Yeah, we've got better stuff, but this is where you would pick up quests eventually for the relic weapons from A Realm Reborn. What am I looking for out here again? Central, and Central. Mid. That's right, the Midge Swarm was it. Alright, back to Central then. We might complete the entirety. Alright, so we're going to do something a little different. We're going to withdraw. I'm going to jump back onto my Paladin. Let me close you. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do this unsynced. Now what this means is there's going to be me and one other person. He's going to remain level 80. And what you do is you come up here, you go into undersized party. We'll get over to that in a second. Now you can do it level synced or not. We're going to do not level synced. We're going to hit OK, hit the striking tree, hit join, and that's it. 2 people. This isn't the way it's supposed to be done, but we don't have time to sit here and wait for 2 hours while the party gets going. But let's watch the cutscene. The striking tree hard. No, Nix, we're not pony farming. This character's never been through this, but we were a half an hour in to queue, waiting to do striking tree hard. So the person who's going to help me, he's already level 80. We're going to do it unsynced so he can just kill the boss so I can progress the MSQ, because I can't wait 2 to 3 hours waiting for a group to join to do this synced. Be nice if well, no, this is normal or hard mode. I don't think the pony drops from this one. I think it drops from the Savage version. So this is Ramu, and woohoo! And boom. Let's go ahead and do some damage to it. We want to stay away from Thunderstorm. Ramu is hard. Hallowed Ground. I still got Terror. Whew. blob. Now, I am not going to affect these things nearly as fast as Yoshi is. Nyx, I will gladly take you up on that offer. More on my main account than this one, but yeah, I still need all my ponies. I still need doggos. Let's not even get started on dragons. What is it, this? Alright, almost got him. Almost down. There we go. This is the benefits of having a free company. They are wonderful individuals that come along to help. You're leaving the duty.
I have taken thy measures, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them.
Sticks, buddy. It's been a little while. Hopefully you are doing well.
If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Shinigami Sticks is a wonderful individual. He's a World of Warcraft streamer. I've been doing pretty good. You know, work, Final Fantasy, work, Final Fantasy.
The Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, the truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Asins. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Alright. So, first, let us mount up. Then we'll read over setting loot rules. Setting the loot rules. When participating in an instance duty with a preformed, or an undersized party, the party leader can opt to employ either the loot master or greedy only rules. The current loot rule can be changed at any time within the duty finder settings, but only before the duty has commenced. The party leader should discuss these changes with the party to avoid conflicts. Now what that means is normal, which they're all explained right here. Normal. The need, greed, and pass system is employed. Greed. All party members must select greed. Loot master. The party leader distributes the loot. So, oh, we want to take this off. Hit confirm. All right. Now we get to come back down to the Sylphs and talk to them, and let me tell you, it's probably going to be a lengthy discussion. Haven't seen you streaming recently, Styx. Has everything been alright? Your internet handling okay? Or just life getting in the way? Ah, you've returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well, then, that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solus will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day. The elder Seedseer must be informed of your deeds at once. The elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray, return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nafika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well. Alright. Oh. It's right there. We're just going to fly over there, get into Gridania, and then use the Aethernet. I'm not going to spend the money to go back to Gridania. There's just no point when I can fly. Whee! Here's my ferry skipper. Alright. Alright, we're going to go to the Conjurer's Guild. Here's our Silent Conjurer. Do we wish to enter? Welcome back. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious. Do you wish to go in? Yes, I do. Because, well, I must. Must spread the good word and cheer. Plop, plop, plop. Kanisana. Or Kanisena.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Well, thank you.
Lord Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
All right. Papalina. Thus ends another daunting mission. I'd hoped Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Uringer, too, was pleased with the outcome. What say you? Shall we gather back the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Alright, so, now we need to go back to the Rising Stones. Let's see, Mordona. I need to get some more of those. Enter the solar. Welcome back. Word of your monumentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Eringer's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ashians and mortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Hopefully this is spoken. People.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
Urianger.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which diffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Valdesian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Woo. The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servants, grow mightier by the day. Hi, dragon. Love you. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Yet, even as it innervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Alright, quest completed. Aha! New quest. Now the matter of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Lil'Wolf. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mughal XII, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I, too, must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, and Eorzea is that much safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ashians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals, too, will return to plague us again and again and again. Pardon me. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. What do you want, phone? Nothing. Good. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long. Think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solus, who wish naught of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of the ancient Alag, that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us. by which I mean our fellow scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you duly if I absent myself for a time. Alphino. Alphino, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alphino? I understand that you made the efforts to remember the poor girl's name. I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Lil'Wolf, you may have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Alright. Let's go see what the kiddo has to offer or say or... Look, it's Mr. Lil'Wolf. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Mr. Lil'Wolf? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonen, did you know that Mr. Lil'Wolf is back? So it would seem. Welcome home. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to have been made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonen. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. We were just asking Mr. Lil'Wolf if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Alright, Styx. Take care, be safe, and have a good day at work, buddy. Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Lil'Wolf? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hoary, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, mayhaps I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you? Would you consent to spar with me? Sure. Hurrah! We're to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. Do try not to disappoint them, Have faith. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, I'm sorry. Fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Alright. Let's see, where are we at? We have finished not one, but 2 little quests so far. Whee! Alright. So it's good of you to agree to this. I trust you are ready to begin. Proceeds. Very well. Let's not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hori, are you certain you wish to fight him alone? This is Lil'Wolf you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray, allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Lil'Wolf to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Oh, joys. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Ida, what? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Lil'Wolf's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why? My own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall see soon. We shall soon see. On your guard. The tails barely do you justice. Can't be over yet. Oh no. Oh no, he looks hurt. So strong. But you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. You can't disappoint the younglings. Goodbye. Duty complete. You have bested me. I yield. That was incredible. He beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Impressive as always. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. Dragon! Wife. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they, too, appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartanu. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The legatus's single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe Grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish, a wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. Oh, look, you're growing up. I, too, will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. Troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ashians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray, let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Amninals. Hi, puppers. Alright. Strange little Kit Kat. Flying motorcycles! It's Harry Potter. Do 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 do. Thank you for coming. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be the one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. We'll do Savage Might. Ooh, cutscene. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the desperate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against the threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, pardon me, I yawn. The logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus, have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It would be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But, as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his disconcerting eye will be selecting our future allies. I have a Kit Kat. Our first destination will be Limsa Lominsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. I have a Disturber Kitty. Alright, we get to go to the Bulwark Hall. Ah, there you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blofiswin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. I need 5 people. Let's see. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh. Let's do the 2 easiest ones first. Let's go up to the Marauders Guild. Talk to Raynor. Master Alphanu's new organization? Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa Lominsa must needs receive my full attention. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Now for the long walk. Actually, let's go to the aft castle. To the aft castle. Now. Ooh. Roshwin. Eh? Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I am a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carvalion's door. I do has a Kit Kat. I went the wrong way. Kit Kat. Hi, Kit Kat. I have a lovey stretchy cat. Alright. A precursor to United Orsian Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at the Nautic and Valmills keeps me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. All the way out there. Real. Well, if it ain't Lil'Wolf, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or taft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Real, don't you? Formerly the captain of the Company of Heroes. 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. Aye, it ain't often I drag me arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare ye these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work. Ha! Sounds like a right lark, it does. Alrighty, lad. Count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. 1 out of 5. 'Tis the way of the world sometimes. Now we go to the airship landing. Whee! Whee! Airship landing. There he is. Your recruiting went well, I trust? I am curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Lominsa. Ah, a member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray, continue on to Gridania at your own pace. Shall await your arrival at Nafika's altar. To Gridania! Kit Kat. Kit Kat. Stretchy cat. And plop. Remember, when people log into your free company, make sure to send them a hello, a wave, a hi, a something. It's polite. And it's how you make friends. Let's see, we're going to go to the Conjurer's Guild again. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship, once before. Alright, let's see, there's 2 here. 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we'll go to the amphitheater, and then we'll go to the Lancers Guild. Amphitheater. Laurentius. Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Boscarian's. Yes, now I remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Goal had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matters stand, the Wood Whalers have naught more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's told you, say. I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. So far we're doing better here. Alright, we're going to go up to the Lancers Guild. It is not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. I can understand that. Whee! You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Oh, there it is. It's like unable to achieve data. Grandfather must call it a day. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh! Lil'Wolf, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look how far you've come. Mother Mioani tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Alright. Let's go back the way we came, hit the 8th right, and go to the airship landing. Sprint. Whee! And run in. Airship landing. Alpha no. What news? For my part, the Elder Seatsier was most amenable to our request. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Ulda whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alright. Now we're going to want to go to the Hastings Strip. And that'll put us right near the promenade. Promenade? Promenade? Mazel tov! Bloop. Whee. Alright, get comfortable, Kit Kat. Ul'dah, the gilded city, where one's fortune defines one's wealth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? Do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting. Alright. One back here, and 4 over here. Alright. We'll go to the Weavers Guild after this. Hello, Wilfred. Wait, you're the man who came to Little Amigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland, and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated, and vowed to make myself a more worldly man. So here I am, a new company of champions. And you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? Sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Amigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Oh, good. Good for you. I want to go to the Weavers Guild. Where is it? Right there. This way. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Arson of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing the fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate, a most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thrancred, wasn't it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new-fashioned manner of proposing to a lady? Well, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, sir. That wasn't it at all. I don't think that person has all the right gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Alright. Two more people to talk to. Here's one. Landabert. Have you come to tell me the news, soldier? Well, I've already heard it. Seems the would-be savior of Uldal's refugees went and got himself killed. And not by your hand. He was just as much a pawn as the hapless cast-offs he sought to deceive. Eh? That's not why you're here. Ah, you'd be surprised what rumors drift down to the Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin. By syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. It's interesting to know. And here's Synthgop. And Cybold. What does Cybold have? I'm curious. I don't know what that one is. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend. I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. So that's a no. Back to the Royal Promenade. Chamber of Rule. How fared you? What hidden gems did the streets of Ulda offer up to your unrelenting gaze? Bye, Rat. She's still here, though. She went to go be on the box. Guess it's a special box for her. A single Alamegan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge, nonetheless. And the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the document signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside resources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust and success at a time. Pardon me, sorry. But we will earn people's trust one success at a time. I had to reread that for a second. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Alright. What do we got?
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, but the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate, that those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the warrior of light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sand. Can naught be done about Kalechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? And what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Tis a sad, sad thing to see a Lala cry. Alright. Back to the Rising Sands. Or, sorry, the Rising Stones. Wonder if it's just a stone's throw. We're doing that. Boop. Let's see. What step? Recruiting the realm. Alright. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Lil'Wolf. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. Alright. Greetings. Alphino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scion shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphino to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slathborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is aught he requires? Yes. Defeater of Primals. Being messenger boy. Come on. Thank you. How's our pain time? Not bad today. Not bad at all. Slathborn. What can I do for you? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with the new arm of the Scions. Ah, I barely noticed your recruits arrived. 'Twas barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. Told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slathborn, the shipment, we couldn't... Gods, woman, what befell? We were bringing the shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over into Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. They were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray, forgive us. There's naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take a rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fortemps. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. Shall see that they are apprised of this development. Hello, Wolf. Are you not on good terms with the Knights of House Fortemps? I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradicted my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Ah, sure, no problem. Thank you for understanding. I am certain Lord Heshfront will be glad of your assistance. Alright. Come on, Wolfson. Boop. Let's see. That's Fort Fear. There we go. Well, we're about 2 hours into this. I am Trainer276. I am your Eorzean liaison for Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're playing through Lil'Wolf. He is a brand new character. We're hoping to get to the post game, or through the post game into Heavensward. However, didn't fully realize how much I had left to do. I highly doubt we're going to get to Heavensward today, or possibly even this week. I might have to wait till next week. I know there's a lot of cutscenes ahead of us. Well, well, if it isn't my fine friend Lil'Wolf. Would you care for a plate of roast cockerel? Some old while? No? Ah, so you've not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive for Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. Bum bum.
The incident with the new frontier hand? No, no, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Curtis soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fort Tom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. The shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I'm saying, yet not without precedent. You would know the truth of it. These incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonland. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Sure.
Hallone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome should await me.
Alright. Out west we go. Oh, I love the ability to directly fly to wherever I need to go. Is there aught you would ask of me? Pray, speak plainly. I am a man of action and need no honeyed words. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross path with those villains. I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this ice heart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. Patrol found the unfortunate fellow laying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his facilities, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you on your task. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I am quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly black hearts. Ice hearts. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim Fort when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I know, I was on the ground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals, they were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. All right. Peoples, oh no. Ah, draw your weapon, foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are come seeking the heretics. Then we share a common purpose. We were on a patrol when we chanced to cross one of their raiding parties. Pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone. Vanished like icy wraiths. You glimpse a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself has come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best were we to return to White Brim Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillmont. Sebek. It appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily, I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray, return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Halshafont of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Oh, wrong place. Whew.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche.
True.
On the matter of the
Or some
stolen
C4.
provisions, I have already made arrangements for the second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Alright, back to Revenant's Toll. Currently, they're just too close together for me to worry about using teleports and whatnot and wasting gil. We're getting up there. We have a fair amount, 348,000, but could be doing better. However, when we get back to Revenant's Toll, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, stretch my legs. Here we are. Please excuse me for 5 minutes. I'm going to run an ad, and we will be right back. Hello and welcome back. Sorry it took so long. Got me a nice little ice cream sandwich while I was away. Let's go talk to Mr. Slaffboard. Find out what's what. Who's when and where's how. It's good to see you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Korthus? House Fortemp is to send us a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Harshafat for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract ever greater numbers, and those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphinode's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. No, sure. Money. While you were away in Korthus, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed, although Totoro does yet seem somewhat flustered. Taking enough of your time, why don't you head to the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist can do with a hand. Let's go speak to Totoro. Dun, 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 dun. Totoro. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I am sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Lil'Wolf, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid! Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You want to report directly back to Alphino if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Alright. 8 uniforms to hand out. Whoa, ha ha. Alright. Number 1 should be like right outside. Here we go. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of one's self 'tis an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. That doesn't sound too Hello, Laurentis. I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Ah, our new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. Isildur has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forward. Ah yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Now that sounds nice. Some of these other people I'm a little worried about. Hello, Riol. Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was he? I suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry, though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Little Almego could learn much from Revenant's Toll, that this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Ah, gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about the town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. This scarlet garb makes me a proud member of the Maelstrom, and a hardy defender of Limsa Lominsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and thought this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh, now, that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilbert, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among us, among what is, essentially, a band of strangers. It's truth. Yes? Ah, I thought to mention you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established Ukraine companies and such. We are not an army yet. There is much a small core of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? It is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forward, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
Oh, my Mourinho.
Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Alright, who's next? Speak with Menphilia.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Brave might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Heavensward, I pray you yet watch over us.
Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Well, that does not bode well. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding. But it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ascians, Urianger is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you know already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular, the state of the Crystal Braves. Alphino did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alphino has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believed you would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you were to go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. I think that is the start of that one. Oh. Wave hello to people. Oh, we're already down there. Oh, wow, okay. Finished the whole section of quests. Ah, but the end is still not in sight. It's close. It's close. So very close. Alright. Traitor in the midst. What is it, Lil'Wolf? And do be concise, I am rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself. My presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilbert. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance. Ilbert! Hi, Ilbert.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge. But we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he would be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
To the Hall of Flames.
What brings you here, my friend?
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanaland than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Bah, spare me. I'm no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. And I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days and drink to the future of our homeland. Plain General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
And nothing is as good as what we have on. our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Ah, crap. Can I quit you out? I cannot. I skipped it. No! I'm sad. I missed the text that I was to read. I am sorry. Ooh, 2 straights. Wonderful. Ooh. Speak with Alpha now. I have aminos. Hi, aminos. My puppers. I have a pupper tuppers. And a written rat. And they are the snuggle loves. Ah, shit. Not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble. You will recall that the Fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion and his Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it. According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. Garleans are not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Call those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Nilbred has the right of it. I trust you are willing, but of course you are. Now, Aliane of the Fourth lies in wait in the tangle near the entrance to Castrum Sentry. Seek her out. She will apprise you of the situation. What are you getting into, Kit Kat? What is it, Daphne? What are you staring at back there? Noisy cat. Noisy cat. Does whatever noisy cat does. You would aid us in this rescue mission? We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh, and hauling her away to the cache from yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it is all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurts, fear that she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is as strong as Mithril. None of us will stand while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it's too late. Or you could just send me in alone. I mean, I do have a flying Chocobo. It flies. Where am am I? Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, warrior of light. Now, to quit this accursed place. Resh cannot move with those wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garleans will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we are safely outside these walls. You're not my target. Leave me alone. This is not hard at all. About 12 minutes until we need to start wrapping up. Unfortunately, I do have work this afternoon. Oh, there's more. There we go. That's why I wasn't attacking. I don't want to be a part of the fate. I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Rish is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission's success to Commander Louvier. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. And this will probably wrap it up We're going to turn this one in, grab the next one, and then we are going to start working on ending the stream. It is 11:50, and like I said, unfortunately, I do have work tonight that I will need to start getting ready for very shortly. Let's go turn in this quest, though. Ooh. Pardon me. I yawn again. Alphanu. Ah, does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt not your prowess. Entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Rash owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I am afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Korthus. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. And we'll take the money again. Alright. Well, let's accept the next quest so we know where we're going. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity. An audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Amric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Amric wishes to meet the man behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Korthus. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. Alright, on that note, this is where we're going to call the story for the day. Alright, let's go to the ending screen. It's been a wonderful time today. Let's see who we are going to attempt to raid out to. Let's bring up back to Twitch. Let's see what we have going on. Maybe him. Let's see if we have anybody over here. Nope. Alright. We are going to raid out Lord Kingly Estat. The Lord Kingly Estat. Do I have him on here? What does it mean that I do not have him on here? Oh, there he is. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and grab his name. Hi, yes, hi, Kit Kat. Hi. Say hello to all the peoples. We have a Kit Kat. Oh, there's no camera. Up you go. There you go. I wish to thank everybody. It has been a very wonderful day. We got a pretty decent amount of questing done. We are on coming to terms. So we're 2 quests in. We've got a fair good amount, but we can see the end now. The end is in sight. And much hardship and casualties are ahead of us, unfortunately. All shall be revealed in the coming stories. We probably got somewhere between 2 and 4 streams left, I would think. I'm hoping to do a longer stream Friday and see if we can't press through to Heavensward. We will see what happens. It'll be a long time. But for now, everybody take care. Have a wonderful day. Be safe at work. And everybody take care. And I will see you Friday for more Final Fantasy XIV. Bye now.